Well, I was very opinionated in my younger years, and I got into business for myself in this little town of Shelton. And having already been some interest in, and I don't know why, because I ran for office in schools, so I had a natural interest. But then when I got into business for myself and trying to get into business for myself, I found regulations and attitudes pretty miserable and frustrating, and thought that nobody has a right to treat an American citizen like a criminal just because they're a government regulator. And so just some of my own experiences, plus I don't know what it is, natural interest in leadership caused me to run for office. And I ran originally when I was 25 years old, and I ran for the Shelton City Commission is what my first job was. And I was elected to that when I was 25, and then sworn in January of '76, and then the incumbent in the House of Representatives died in office, and his daughter was appointed, so I ran for that, because that's what I wanted to do originally anyway, and won. And so since I defeated an appointed incumbent, I took office as soon as the election was certified, which was December of 1976. So I was sworn into both offices in 1976. The institution needs to be such that the members feel very comfortable about their ability to do their job without being disturbed, without worrying about whether someone's walking up the side of the wings, taking pictures, checking out what they're doing, sitting in the wings with their recorder on, which actually happened, and it was actually a reporter who sat in the wings with secretly recording. He admitted it, by the way. We're not making this up, and which is totally illegal, and certainly would be a violation of our rules, and it would cause members of the Senate to be leery about what's going on, make them uncomfortable in their ability to do their job. And one of the most important things down here is that these people can do their job without fear, without concern, and without being antagonized or intimidated. And so that control is very important, in my opinion, to the institution. Now that's one of the reasons that I ran, was the whole institution. The other part was that I saw an opportunity to utilize this job to elevate the things to the attention, raise the attention of the things that I'm most concerned about to the people of the state of Washington. And those things were drug and alcohol issues with young people, bullying and diversity, respecting, helping young people, as we say in our theme, and we came up with this because it's what I believe, helping people grow up healthy and safe communities with opportunity. That's what we have advocated for since about, well, as far as a theme, since about the second or third year that I've been here, but as far as a philosophy, forever. And then, of course, I also saw it as an opportunity to utilize the office to promote international relations and trade, and so I did that in both instances. And those things were, when you're in most people that are in political office are in it because they have strong feelings about something. You may not agree with them. To me, that's the most important thing to look for, or one of the most important things to look for in an individual running for office is not whether they support or don't support an income tax, or they support or they don't support abortion, or whatever it is, but it's whether they have a reason and a purpose for being in office, and not just for title. And to me, that's extremely important. And so most of us have that. I mean, some people, it's just they want to do more for education. Some people want to do more for the environment. I wanted to do more for kids, and I wanted to do more for international trade and relations. And so I saw this job as an opportunity to to focus in those areas. So I said in my remarks, and I mean this, is that one of the most rewarding parts of my job were being able to help people with constituent problems with government, or problems even with business. It's not just government. Several, a number of the cases that we handled were because someone had a problem with a business, or and then of course, and then some combination thereof, government and business, and you just help. The job gives you that opportunity to be heard and help people be heard. Then you have the international side, dealing with people from around the world, having the opportunity to have dinner with the King of Norway and speak with before the King and Queen of Spain, and meet with ambassadors and presidents of the United States and presidents of other countries. I mean, that's, for a political junkie, that's a pretty cool deal, and of course I enjoyed that. The job is really a job that provides you phenomenal opportunities. You look behind you up there on the wall, and you'll see a tapestry. And right there, that one right there with the boats, that's from Vietnam. And that was given to me by the first prime minister to visit the United States after the Vietnam War, when the governor could not meet with him. And at the airport, I met with him, and first person to talk to him. And then that evening, he gave me that tapestry. And so that's a very important part of history. But that opportunity is incredible when you really think about it, from a historical and a political standpoint. When you have people coming out, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, when you have one party come out and says, if so-and-so's elected, we're not going to give them anything, our party. I'll bet you that if you had each individual of Congress sit down with President Obama, they could work out, most of them could work out differences. But when you sit down as a caucus, when you get together as a caucus and you take a caucus position, then all of a sudden you can't get there. And so anyway, that's what I find is the most frustrating part of the job.